Most people believe self-control is simply about willpower, about forcing yourself to resist temptation by saying no again and again. They assume that those who delay gratification are somehow born stronger, more disciplined, or morally superior. But neuroscience tells a very different story. Delayed gratification is not a test of strength. It is the brain's ability to weigh time, reward, identity, and environment in real time. It is a negotiation between neural systems that evolved thousands of years apart, sometimes cooperating, often competing to guide behavior. Every day we face countless small decisions that test this ability. Do you eat the cake now or wait until after your workout? Do you scroll social media or stay focused on your work? Do you spend impulsively or save for the future? Each choice reflects a silent tug of war between two systems, the emotion driven limbic system and the future oriented prefrontal cortex. The limbic system evolved to react quickly to rewards and threats. When temptation appears, it releases dopamine, not because pleasure has arrived, but because it is anticipated. Dopamine pulls us toward immediate action before rational thought fully engages. The prefrontal cortex, on the other hand, allows us to plan, inhibit impulses, and imagine future outcomes. It enables long-term goals like studying, saving, or maintaining health. But the system is fragile. Stress, hunger, fatigue, and constant decision-making weaken it, allowing impulsive drives to dominate. This conflict is illustrated by the famous marshmallow test. While early interpretations framed delayed gratification as a fixed trait, later research revealed a deeper truth that the ability to wait depends heavily on trust, environment, and strategy. Children who doubted the future reward chose the present. Those who could distract themselves or reframe the situation were more successful. The brain learns whether the future is worth investing in. Delayed gratification, then, is not moral superiority. It is adaptation. If the brain expects uncertainty, choosing the present is biologically rational. Brain imaging studies confirm this, showing immediate rewards activate the limbic system, while delayed rewards engage the prefrontal cortex. Crucially, this balance can be trained. The brain values what feels real. Abstract futures fail to compete with present comfort. When the future self feels distant, delayed rewards lose power. Stress intensifies this problem by weakening planning circuits and strengthening habit-driven behavior. In a world filled with constant notifications and instant rewards, this challenge is amplified. Yet neuroscience also offers solutions, structuring the environment, breaking goals into small steps, pairing effort with immediate rewards, and strengthening identity over time all shift the balance toward long-term thinking. Self-control is not about fighting temptation alone. It is about designing a life where the future feels vivid, trustworthy, and worth choosing. The inability to delay gratification does not exist in isolation. Its effects ripple through nearly every domain of life, health, mental well-being, finances, relationships, and personal growth. Neuroscience shows that consistently choosing immediate reward over future benefit produces consequences that are cumulative and self-reinforcing, shaping both behavior and identity over time. Physically, impulsive reward seeking often compromises health. When the limbic system dominates decision-making, behaviors like overeating, inactivity, and neglect of long-term health routines become more likely. A fatigued or underactive prefrontal cortex struggles to inhibit these impulses, allowing short-term pleasure to override long-term well-being. Over time, these patterns increase the risk of chronic illness and reduced quality of life. Mental health is similarly affected. Difficulty delaying gratification is strongly linked to anxiety, depression, and chronic stress. Immediate relief may temporarily soothe discomfort, but long-term goals remain unmet, creating guilt, frustration, and emotional instability. This cycle activates stress responses in the brain, further weakening prefrontal control and reinforcing impulsive behavior. Financial consequences are equally significant. The brain experiences immediate spending as emotionally rewarding, while abstract future benefits like savings or financial security feel distant and unreal. As a result, impulsive spending and inadequate saving accumulate into long-term insecurity. This present bias affects even intelligent individuals, illustrating that knowledge alone does not override neural reward systems. Relationships also suffer when impulse overrides patience. Emotional reactivity, poor communication, and short term decision making undermine trust and intimacy. In contrast, the ability to tolerate short term discomfort for long term relational stability relies on prefrontal regulation, perspective taking, and emotional control. Education and career outcomes reflect the same pattern. Those who can delay gratification engage more consistently in learning, skill building, and goal directed effort. Those who cannot often struggle with procrastination and inconsistency. Long term studies show that delayed gratification predicts academic achievement, career success, and overall life satisfaction. Neuroscience also reveals solutions. Environmental design reduces temptation and conserves mental energy. Cognitive strategies that make future rewards emotionally vivid, such as visualization and episodic future thinking, strengthen motivation. Pairing effort with small immediate rewards retrains the brain to associate work with pleasure. Mindfulness enhances awareness of impulses without reaction, strengthening prefrontal control. Identity-based approaches align behavior with a future-oriented self-concept, while routines and habits reduce decision fatigue. Ultimately, delayed gratification is not a moral virtue, but a trainable, biologically grounded skill. By understanding how the brain balances immediate desire with future planning, individuals can design environments, habits, and identities that favor long-term growth. Delayed gratification is not about waiting. It is about making the future feel real enough to choose again and again. As we reflect on the neuroscience of delayed gratification, it becomes clear that self-control is not a matter of willpower or moral strength. It emerges from complex interactions within the brain, shaped by biology, experience, environment, and practice. When self-control fails, it is not a character flaw. It is a predictable outcome of how the brain evaluates reward, time, and risk. At its core, delayed gratification is a negotiation between present desire and future value. The limbic system, ancient and reactive, urges immediate pleasure through dopamine-driven anticipation. The prefrontal cortex, slower and energy-intensive, simulates consequences, plans ahead, and restrains impulses. Daily life is a constant balancing act between these systems, and success comes not from suppression, but from alignment. When delayed gratification breaks down, the consequences are widespread. Physical health suffers when impulsive choices dominate diet and lifestyle. Mental well-being declines as short-term comfort replaces effort toward meaningful goals, creating cycles of guilt, stress, and emotional dysregulation. Financial stability erodes under impulsive spending. Relationships strain when patience and empathy give way to immediate emotional reactions. And academic or professional growth stalls when sustained effort is repeatedly postponed. These effects accumulate, showing that delayed gratification is not a minor skill, but a foundation of long-term well-being. Neuroscience also offers a path forward. Environmental design reduces temptation and preserves cognitive energy by structuring routines and automating decisions. Cognitive strategies such as vivid visualization and episodic future thinking make delayed rewards emotionally real. Pairing effort with small immediate rewards retrains the brain to associate work with pleasure, shifting motivation from resistance to engagement. Mindfulness strengthens this process by increasing awareness without reaction. By observing impulses rather than obeying them, prefrontal control over limbic urges improves. Research shows that mindfulness reduces emotional reactivity, enhances decision making under stress, and strengthens neural connectivity between control and reward systems. Identity plays a powerful role as well. When individuals see themselves as future oriented and disciplined, choices align naturally with long term goals. Identity collapses time, making the future self feel personal and worth investing in. Social support reinforces these patterns, while technology, when used intentionally, can strengthen habits through reminders, tracking, and structured reinforcement. Ultimately, delayed gratification is not about denying pleasure, but about designing a life where the future feels as vivid and rewarding as the present. It is a trainable capacity shaped by understanding, structure, and intentional practice. Every choice reflects the balance between impulse and intention. By aligning brain systems, shaping environments, and cultivating identity, humans move from reactive living to deliberate design. Delayed gratification is not simply waiting. It is the skill of choosing growth over comfort, direction over distraction, and purpose over impulse. It is the foundation of self mastery and of human flourishing.